Good afternoon, everyone. Derek from the Rangers Review here with your daily news bulletin this Wednesday, the 2nd of April. I hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon. A few Rangers stories kicking around before we get stuck right in. Just a quick word for our podcast sponsors, S1 Jobs. If it's time to hand in your transfer request, then head over to s1jobs.com and upload your CV today. With thousands of jobs across Glasgow, Edinburgh and the surrounding areas, you'll find the one at S1 Jobs. Right, where shall we start? We'll start with a big story yesterday you may have seen. The SPFL are plotting to reduce the size of the Scottish Premiership from 12 teams to 10 teams, and they also plan to abolish the top six split. The competitions working group are studying potential changes to the league structure in order to ease the fixture congestion caused by the expansion of UEFA club competitions. They've been asked to help secure a softer landing as well for clubs like Brecon City and Cowdenbeath when they drop out of the senior setup to the largely unfunded Lowland and Highland leagues. And they're hoping to reduce the number of fixtures in the top flight from 38 to 38 games. Below the top tier, there would be a second tier of 10 clubs, and a third league potentially featuring 16 clubs or more. Now, that will have to go through the competitions. Any formal resolution put to the clubs by the competitions working group would require the backing of 11 out of the 12 premierships teams, 8 of the 10 championship sides, and 15 of the 20 teams in League Ones and League Two to pass. So, I would very much doubt a 10-team league would get the go-ahead. You've seen the reaction from fans and various individuals yesterday on social media to the thought of it. I said it on the morning briefing when I was on with Johnny earlier. Pretty ironic that it was April Fool's Day that they released this news. Incidentally, this is what Johnny had to say on the prospect of league reconstruction. This is one we talked about it at length, incidentally, on the briefing this morning. This is one of the little snippets of what Johnny had to say on it.
About realpolitik, Derek, for a second. The fact is, 14 was put forward as a way to get through COVID, as a way not to unfairly relegate Hearts, the way that
was
happened,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the way not to affect Partick Thistle. And I think it was Stranraer was the other club, wasn't it? And that was rejected. It was rejected. And if it didn't get through then, when there was the goodwill, I think,
clubs
to try and not make anyone be harmed by what was forced upon the country by COVID, then how are you going to get it now?
So that's what Johnny had to say. He would like to see a 14-team league. I tend to agree with him. I would like to see an expansion of the 12 teams. And I also said I would like to see relegation and promotion revamped. I don't think it's fair that the current state of play. I think I would like to see 2 teams getting relegated and 2 teams coming up. You can have playoffs, I think, for the championship sides, battling it amongst themselves, perhaps, to cap the winners of the championship going up, and then perhaps 4 teams beneath them fighting it out in a playoff style league, pretty much like what we see down south with a showpiece game as well. I would like to see that, and I would like to see at least a 14-team league, but 10 teams being proposed by the SPFL. Cannot see that getting approved, but you just never know. But let us know in the comments, folks. It certainly has sparked opinion, that's for sure. The current format, I think, is tired, and I'm sick and tired of playing the same teams 4 times a season. I get the fact that TV companies want the Old Firm game 4 times a season, the Edinburgh Derby at least 4 times a season as well. But I would like them to try and think outside the box and come up with a more exciting format than what is currently in place. Let's move on to some potential transfer news. Rangers have been linked with a Ghanaian international by the great name, Ebenezer Annan. He currently applies his trade over in Serbia. Their media outlet MaxBet Sport claims that Rangers have been scouting the left-sided defender. He plays for Red Star Belgrade. and he's enjoyed a decent season. He's upped his game time on loan at OFK Beograd before returning to Red Star in January. He currently previously played for Bologna in Serie A. He's made 28 appearances this season, scoring once and contributing 7 assists. But yeah, he's a left-sided defender. It's thought that Rangers are one of several European clubs showing an interest in the defender. He's 22 years of age, and Rangers said to have scouted him on several occasions. Can't say I know too much about Anand, but yep, by all accounts, he's a player that Rangers are interested in. I think that left-sided defender / centre-back is an area that Rangers will have to look to strengthen in the summer. I said it before. Ben Davis, we'll touch on shortly. I can see moving on. Robin Propper, I can see moving on. Clinton Enciala is there, but again, he's just a young lad, and I would like to see another left-sided defender being brought into the club. So yeah, let us know in the comments, folks, if you agree. It's one of several areas of the pitch Rangers should be looking at strengthening in the summer window. Other bits of news with regards to the takeover, the 49ers chief executive Jed York has provided an update on their expected takeover of Rangers. It comes amid a mass player exodus at the San Francisco 49ers, the NFL side. Their global football interests continue to grow, of course. They already hold a stake in Leeds United. And Jed York has emphasised that the process of acquiring Rangers is still in the early stages, despite a deal being agreed in principle last month. He said that we haven't done anything there, and he continued, Leeds is obviously under the umbrella, but they are completely separate from the 49ers, where we can tie brands together and sort of take our best practices of operating, we do. But in terms of financials, they don't overlap at all. And it was asked about, many have suggested that the 49ers could be tightening their purse strings in anticipation of splashing out to acquire control of Rangers this summer. And the timing of the talks is also raising eyebrows, as reports suggest that the 49ers are considering selling a 10% minority stake in their NFL team to a private equity firm or other investors. Now, York says the decision is driven by internal family considerations rather than a need for additional capital. He told ESPN, probably on a weekly basis, we get approached by parties interested in buying a piece of the 97% of the team that my family controls. But it's just one of those things where if there's an opportunity that makes sense, we would always explore that, but I'm not sure that we're going to end up doing. So there are a bit of takeover news for you folks. And we'll round up, as I touched on there, with Ben Davis. He and Kieran Dowell are doing pretty well at Birmingham City down south. They won again last night away to Bristol Rovers. They're a shoo-in. It looks like they've confirmed at least a playoff place in League One this season, but they're going to run away with the championship and win the title and return to the championship after being relegated last season. Now, we got a bit of an update on both Dowell and Davis when I spoke to Matthew from the We Are Birmingham podcast. It's available to watch now if those of you that are Rangers Review Extra members on the YouTube channel. It will be available to all tomorrow, but I'll give you a little sneak peek on what Matthew had to say on Kieran Dowell. He's certainly been impressed by him, especially with his impact after joining in the January window on loan. This is what he had to say.
How he missed a sitter against Shrewsbury last weekend, made up for it with his free kick into Davis, who scored and set us on our way last week. And I mean, we absolutely hammered them last week. I would love to see him sign permanently. I think he has the ability to step up in the championship. We'll still be a possession-based team in the championship. We'll still play fairly quickly. I would have thought. If I think what else, he links play very, very nicely. He finds that space, and he's always looking for the ball. You tend to find, I think I mentioned it already, is key passes. He'll always look to, I know some people call it maybe the pre-assist, maybe. That's it's a bit of a hipstery comment, but it's a key pass, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
He's always involved in that final third. And so I think Birmingham fans quickly, the ones that were a little bit underwhelmed by the signing, I think a lot of them would like to see him sign permanently now. I think there's only maybe a very small portion of fans that aren't that interested.
So there you go. Interesting stuff from Matthew there. It looks like the Birmingham fans very impressed with Kieran Dowell in particular. We talked about Ben Davies as well. Remains to be seen if he will sign there permanently in the summer. I certainly don't think he's got a long-term future at Rangers. But let us know in the comments, folks. Would you like to see him given another opportunity at the club? Certainly Dowell, I cannot see returning and featuring for Rangers as well. But yeah, you can go and check that video out. It's on the Rangers Review Extra channel. Tomorrow, Chris will join me on the morning briefing, 9:30. Hope you can join us for that. It is press conference day tomorrow as well. So we'll hear from Barry and whatever player is put up for the press. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Bye for now.